All right, so today we're diving into a really high-energy sales pitch for something called the AI Customer Engine. Now, this thing makes a pretty wild promise, getting you over 100 new customers every single month, all on autopilot. So what we're going to do is pull back the curtain and really break down how this pitch is built to get you to say yes.
You know, every good pitch needs a villain, right? And this one kicks off with a super relatable one. It just hooks you right away with this quote from a business owner who's basically at the end of his rope. He calls it the hustle loop of doom. I mean, that's dramatic, but it gets your attention.
So what is this hustle loop of doom? Well, the pitch basically sets it up as the main enemy, the big problem this AI engine is here to solve. It's all about this endless cycle of exhausting, repetitive work. Now, this pitch is aimed at solar installers, but honestly, it's a trap that pretty much any business owner can look at and say, yep, been there.
And they actually break it down into these 8 super frustrating steps. You can see it, right? It starts with all that high-effort, low-reward stuff. Posting content, DMing people who like it, and then it just gets worse. You start throwing money at ads that don't work, hiring people who book terrible calls, and where does it all lead? To the exact same place. Total, complete burnout. And then you have to wake up and do it all over again.
And what's the result of all that grinding? Well, here's the kicker. The pitch says you're working like hell, but you're just stuck, capped at maybe 10 or 15 grand a month, with absolutely zero freedom. You feel like you're not even building a business anymore. You're just stuck on a hamster wheel.
Okay, so after painting this really painful picture, the pitch does a complete 180. And this is classic Sales 101, right? They create this super dramatic contrast. Over here, you've got the hustle loop, the total chaos you're in now, and over there, the AI engine, the dream they're selling. The whole script gets flipped. Instead of you chasing customers, the promise is that customers start chasing you.
So, we've met the villain, right? Now it's time to meet the hero of the story, the AI Customer Engine. And its main promise? It's actually really simple but super powerful. It's all about automating that whole messy, complicated process of finding and signing new customers.
And then they hit you with the big headline number, the one that the whole pitch is built around. We're not talking 10 customers, not 20. We're talking over 100 new customers every single month. I mean, it's a number so big, it's almost hard to believe. And that's the point. It's designed to make that 10 to 15K a month you were stuck at feel like nothing.
You know, the way they frame this promise is actually pretty smart. It's not just about what you get with the engine. It's about all the stuff you get to avoid. No more hiring nightmares, no more burnout, no more wasting a fortune on ads. And the final knockout punch? It all supposedly happens without you lifting a finger.
Okay, let's be real. That is a massive promise. So the next logical question is, how? How does this thing actually work? Well, this is the part of the pitch where they take us under the hood to show us the mechanics.
So first up, they give it a name. It's called the QLM AI Customer Engine. Now, funny enough, they never actually say what QLM stands for. It's probably just their own branding. But what they do say is that it's a complete system, an end-to-end solution that handles, well, everything, from the very first hello all the way to closing the deal.
All right, so they break its job down into 3 main functions. Function number 1 is all about speed. The idea is the AI doesn't just attract leads, it follows up with them instantly. We all know that problem, right? A hot lead goes cold in a few hours. This is supposed to fix that. Second, the AI acts as a kind of gatekeeper. So instead of just dumping a giant list of names in your lap, it supposedly qualifies them for you. It weeds out the bad ones and books only the genuinely good prospects right onto your calendar. So you're only having conversations that actually matter.
And function number 3. Okay, this is where the claims really go into overdrive. The AI doesn't just book the meeting. It's supposed to actually sell. The pitch claims it can handle objections, answer tough questions, and even close deals all by itself. I mean, we're talking about making the human salesperson almost unnecessary.
Now, to stop this all from sounding like some impossible sci-fi tech, they lay it all out in a simple 5-step installation process. And this is a really smart move, because it takes this hugely complex idea and makes it feel achievable, you know, almost like it's a plug-and-play system. Of course, a promise this big means absolutely nothing without some proof. So the next part of the pitch is all about the results. They roll out a bunch of case studies to back up their claims. Let's take a look at the evidence they're presenting.
First up, we have a company called Sunwave Energy, and they come in hot with a huge number, 118. And get this, that's not 118 leads, that's 118 new paying customers in 1 month. So how'd they do it? Let's see. So this is the story behind that number. You see the classic before picture, stuck in that same old hustle loop. And then you see the after. We're talking a totally full calendar, more than 15 qualified leads coming in every day, and maybe the most important part, getting your time and your sanity back.
Next up, we've got case study number 2 from a company called Nova Grid Solar. And look at that, a very similar number, 110 new customers. You can see what they're doing here, right? They're trying to build a pattern. They want you to think these huge triple-digit results aren't just a lucky one-off. They're the standard.
With this one, the story is all about speed and that personal transformation. They claim the system got them 27 new appointments in just 2 days. And they sum it up with this super catchy phrase, they went from burnout to booked out. It's not just about the business growing, it's about getting your freedom back. And for their grand finale, the third case study from Radiant Rise Solar, they saved the biggest number for last, 126 new customers. This is supposed to be the big finish, the final mic drop of their proof section.
Now this final case study makes some of the wildest claims of all. They're not just saying revenue grew, they're saying it tripled. They talk about how the engine ran while I slept. And maybe the most insane detail of all, they supposedly did all of this with zero. That's right, zero ad spend. Okay, so after all that proof, the pitch shifts gears. It elevates the conversation. Suddenly, it's not just about a tool or a piece of software anymore. It's about a whole new way of thinking, a new philosophy for your business. They're not just selling a product, they're selling you an identity. And this is where that whole idea gets crystal clear. They create these two identities. You're either a hustler or a builder. The hustler is the person who's always chasing, working manually, building things that break. But the builder gets customers to come to them. They install systems, they let AI do the work, they build engines. And the pitch basically leaves you with one question. Which one are you going to be? So, after breaking this whole pitch down, we're left with the really big question it's pushing on us. On one hand, you have this amazing vision of AI systems taking over all the grunt work, promising us efficiency and freedom we've never seen before. But on the other hand, it really makes you wonder, is this kind of automated selling really the future? Or is there something about that human hustle that just can't be replaced?